Country happenings in Boone's embrace. Graystone Lodge with its gentle grace. Concierge level service so fine. In the heart of mountains where trees align.
Good morning, LKN 8:35. Happy Thursday to you. One of our favorite times of the week to check in with Graystone Lodge, Gray, GraystoneLodge.com. Beautiful boutique hotel located in Boone, North Carolina. High country happenings, and what better way to explore the high country and everything going on besides with Kaity Jo. Kaity, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are y'all?
Happy 4th of July to you and yours. I would imagine there are quite a few things that could happen for folks and events to take place this weekend in Boone. Am I wrong about that?
You are not wrong. Oh my goodness. It's kind of difficult to pick. There's just so many fun things that are going to be happening this weekend, depending on, if you're bringing up your family or just, a trip with your significant other. There's so many different things that are happening this weekend in all of the areas up here. I like to talk about Sugar Mountain and Beach Mountain a lot. So they're going to have their fireworks show, and you can ride the ski lift up to the top of the mountain, which is so much fun. I always love doing that. And then, of course, we're going to have some 4th of July parades. So Town of Boone is going to have theirs on King Street, which I talk about a lot. And then downtown Pulling Rock is going to have one too. And these parades are so much fun. They're, you see all the locals out there and everybody just having a really good time. And the weather is going to be perfect as well.
And I don't think you actually even need fireworks to be the necessary reason to come, though it's a great one. And as you mentioned, there's a lot of different shows and events and everything taking place. But there's also a blog post that you guys put together out on GraystoneLodge.com, Gray, GraystoneLodge.com. 15 reasons to visit Boone this summer. So again, this isn't just for the 4th of July. This is for the entire summertime. What would you say are some of these top reasons for people to come up to the high country?
Yeah, we love to put things out on our blog that kind of help our guests and just travelers to the area figure out what they want to do when they're up here and kind of guide them in certain directions and just let them know why we're so amazing up here in Boone to visit. And of course, the first reason that we had to put on the list is the Blue Ridge Parkway views. So it's just a short drive from Graystone to get onto the parkway. And it's so beautiful right now, especially with this weather that we're having. At the moment, we just had a lot of rain, and now it's the skies are opening up and it's sunny. It's going to be a perfect time to come do a little drive on the parkway. And then, of course, number 2 is our hiking, which I talk about all the time. There's hiking for all different levels, whether you want something without an incline, whether you want a water feature. There's so many different options of hiking up here. It's really wonderful. And then, of course, number 3 is the comfortable temperatures as well.
It's absolutely perfect time of year for as far as the temps go. And the hiking. So there's all different kinds of terrain. You mentioned like the all levels too in the blog post I see here. There really are. I mean, there's like legitimate like mountainous, uncharted territories you can hike that lead you to, waterfalls in El Dorado. But then there's also just the nice, flat, paved parkways and walkways for folks, right? There really is that true variety throughout the high country.
There is, yes. It kind of depends on what you're feeling for the day. If you're with your family or if you want to do a solo trip and if, how long you want to spend and whether you want to see a water feature, whether you want to do a loop or just an out and back. There's just so many different options. And All Trails is a really cool app that I use to look at all of the hiking trails around here, and they kind of give you a little description of every one.
One of the other things on the list with the rivers and waterfalls and all that are the adventures that come with it. And sometimes you need like a guide, or you want a guide, right? Because not everyone just wants to kind of drive up a mountain and hop at a river that they don't know anything about. And there are some wonderful partners that Graystone Lodge has up there as well. How does that all play into the people's experience? If they come and stay at Graystone Lodge, do you help connect them if they want to find other activities to do while they're up there?
Of course. And we have so many wonderful local partnerships where we can send our guests to them, and they'll take care of them, and they'll tell them exactly what they need to do for these adventures. So, for example, Wahoo's is one of our partners. Wahoo's Adventures, they offer whitewater rafting and tubing, and you can get a discount through our local discount program. And it's super easy. You show up, they'll tell you all about what you're going to be doing, and they'll even shuttle you to the start of the river, and then they'll pick you up. And then if the weather starts to get bad, they'll come get you as well, wherever you are on the river. It's just so nice to not have that, extra planning that you might need to figure out with things like that. They'll just do everything for you, and it's really wonderful.
Even just the idea of floating down a river gets me a little hungry, Kaity Jo, and I would imagine that Boone and the high country, the food options have continued just to grow, and a lot of great folks just moving there to the high country, planting their flag and opening their restaurants and their businesses. What are some of your favorites across just even we'll say the Boone area?
Gosh, there's so many different varieties up here of cuisine, whether you want to do some like bar food from like Lost Province with their wood-fired pizzas and locally made beer, or if you want to do, Coyote Kitchen is one of their sister restaurant where you can get more of a Caribbean soul food. There's just so many different options up here, and I'd say Lost Province is one of my favorites downtown, and so is Phys Ed. Phys Ed is fun for the whole family. They've got a wonderful atmosphere and a wonderful kids menu and kids fun little drinks that you can get too. And they're always having live music and stuff as well. And you can use your key card for Graystone and get a discount at both of those places downtown.
One of the things that people may not know if they haven't been up there to Boone or the high country, because there's so many people moving here right now from other places that probably haven't had the time yet to necessarily explore all of North Carolina. It really is a convenient drive, an easy, non-taxing drive from the Lake Norman area in Charlotte up to Boone. I mean, 321 is a nice road. 421 is nice. Do you hear anything from the guests as far as the drive from this area up there, and what do people say about that?
It is easy. We're about 2 hours from Charlotte, about 3 hours from Raleigh, and we do have people, a lot of people coming from both of those areas just for a little getaway away from the summer heat. We've got the perfect temperatures up here, and people love to just escape from, the Piedmont area of North Carolina. I love North Carolina because we've got, the three different areas of the beach, Piedmont, and the mountains, and it's just so wonderful for all of our, fellow North Carolina residents to just kind of pop up to Boone, and it's so easy to come and support all the local businesses up here as well. So it is a really easy drive.
So after my drive, after my adventure on the rivers, after my belly's full, I'm going to want a nice place to put my head down. How are things at the actual Graystone? Let's go inside the walls rather than just the high country as a whole. How are things at the Graystone?
They're so wonderful. I just love supporting the Graystone and being a part of the team here because we really care about our guests and we want to make sure they're having a wonderful experience in the high country, but also at the Graystone. We've got our complimentary breakfast with our Stick Boy products and our Hash It coffee. We've got, a little bit more upscale amenities. We've got our indoor pool. We've got wonderful, comfortable guest rooms that have, goat's milk bath products and a backlit headboard. And everything was just custom made by the owners to kind of showcase what Boone is all about. And it's just so fun to walk into Graystone and, be welcomed with that energy from the staff and then also just the building itself.
Can't go without mentioning that indoor pool there. That's a unique concept there because, at the end of the day, I get a little tired, right? But I bring the kids and then they're going to want to still play and do all the stuff. So you guys do have a pool there that guests can utilize, the whole fam can utilize.
We do, yes. And you can stop by our little market and grab a little snack. We've got some local options in there as well and take it into the pool and just kind of relax. We also have our outdoor fire pit too, where you can do some s'mores and things like that with the family after the pool. There's a lot of different options.
A lot of options, a lot of adventure available for you. All at Graystone Lodge, Gray, GraystoneLodge.com. Beautiful boutique hotel located in Boone, North Carolina. If you go to their website, GraystoneLodge.com, you can see the local discounts are there for you. And there is a 15% standing discount when you use the WSIC News app, or you just mentioned WSIC. And 3 nights or more, too, you also get the 15% discount. And looking forward to next week, Kaity Jo, checking in with you. Hope you have a wonderful 4th.
You too. Thank you.
High country nights and the fire's burning warm. Graystone Lodge welcomes all who come round the door. Concierge service, they know what you need. In Boone you'll find peace, let your worries recede.